1952 suggesting this program. The United Nations said, cool idea, and they set up the Codex Alimentarius Commission, supposedly to protect consumers and to regulate the trade of food around the world. Now, the interesting thing about this,
the beat goes on. We've got to take a break. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of the same old talk radio? Then get ready for the mind-bending and riveting Jeff Rense Radio Show on RenseRadio.com. What makes the Jeff Rense Show different? From true conspiracies, cover-ups, political intrigue and corruption, and most everything else, if it helps explain where we are, and more importantly, where we might be headed. And we aren't talking about a fly-by-night program. Jeff Rense is a 9-time Peabody Award nominee, Talkers Magazine Top 100 Hosts in America, has the world's #1 talk radio net site, and over 6,000 hours of unforgettable talk radio. Jeff Rense, pursuing truth, no matter where it leads. RenseRadio.com, Monday through Friday, 7 to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
We are talking with Dr. Rima Lebo today about Codex Alimentarius, and she's been telling us about how, for example, the entire food industry is taken over by the big corporatists, and Obama and acts just like Bush in this process, and just assisting the whole process along. Of course, all the lobbyist money helps be pretty easy for all these politicians to just go with this system. And Dr. Lebo has been telling us about how other nations have gotten a lot further along in Codex legislation than we have, such as Germany, which in Germany, for example, if you want to get vitamin C, good luck. You have to get a doctor's prescription, and it's extremely expensive.
May correct you. People have been saying for a long time that it would only be available with a doctor's prescription, and we've been saying, no. Read the regulations. It's unavailable, period, with or without a doctor's prescription. Now, if a doctor wants to mix up an IV, for instance, a vitamin C IV, that requires several different ingredients. In Germany, as of February 28th, that doctor has to submit a request to the central federal government of Germany with the patient's history and the doctor's own history of nutrient use or substance use for patients. And the federal government of Germany will make the determination as to whether they may use an intravenous solution of these nutrients. On the other hand, if you want to buy them with a doctor's prescription, you can't. If you want to buy them without a doctor's prescription, you're committing a felony offense. The high-potency nutrients are no longer available in the European Union. Nanosilver is no longer available in the European Union. It is, in fact, an illegal substance under any and all circumstances. And that is where the globalists of Codex, and, by the way, the Codex is directed by the United States for its constituents, Big Pharma, Big Chema, Big Agribiz, Big Biotech, and Big Medica. The United States is the dominant dog. They run those meetings, and at least until recently, they pretty much always got what they wanted. We've been pretty effective in getting in their way on a number of separate issues. But Codex is about the degradation of food. Well, why would anybody want to degrade food? Very simple. Think pharmaceutical industry. Now, the pharmaceutical industry understands perfectly well healthy food, healthy people, lousy customers. Degraded food, sick people, get rid of natural medicine options, vitamins, minerals, herbs, etc., and shazam, you've got the entire market until enough people are dead, and then they're no longer interested in being in a mercantile economy. They are moving rapidly, these globalists, to a neo-feudal economy where there are a few aristocrats, their servants around them, their technicians around them, and everybody else is dead.
Dr. Labo, why do you think America has not met the timeline? I think it was late last year, they had to have Codex restrictions set up here in America. Why do you think that did not happen on time? Are we pushing them back with resistance?
We are
or what is your
pushing
take
them
on
back,
that?
but it was not just the United States where Codex was supposed to be set up and completely in place by December 31st, 2009. When Codex was created in 1962, and it began work in 1963, when Codex was created in the early days, it was their intent to have the entire world regulated by the Codex standards and guidelines by that date, and they didn't make it. They were behind schedule because of many things, including the fact that people like the Natural Solutions Foundation, through very hard work, supported entirely by the generous donations of our supporters, whether it's $1 or whether it's $10,000, every bit counts. We've been able to go to Codex meetings and introduce counter information. For instance, tell the delegates at a Thailand meeting of the Committee on Nutrition and Foods for Special Dietary Uses that the fluoride that the United States wanted to put in every baby's formula around the world, the fluoride was deadly, and we gave them the scientific documentation that they need. We prepared a dossier before the meeting, gave it to them, and they defeated the United States and said, no, we will not allow fluoride in baby formula. This is very interesting because many of these delegates had no idea what fluoride would do, but they trusted us. They trusted General Stubblebine. They trusted me. They knew we had been to their countries, met with their presidents, met with their ministers of health and agriculture and so on, and they knew that we were working for them. And so when we said stand with South Africa and oppose the United States, they did, and basically we created a near riot on the floor because the United States and the chairman of the meeting were trying to bully them into submission, and they wouldn't bully because we had organized them so effectively. That kind of thing is slowing them down. But they're moving as quickly as they can to catch up. The other thing that's happened is, and we've been very active in trying to help this process along too, the African countries have figured out that genetically modified food is designed to kill them. And they're right, by the way. And so they have been resisting. And in fact, South Africa put forward a paper, a Codex position, which showed how GMOs are illegal under the Codex texts that have been ratified. I helped write that paper. That shouldn't surprise you. It created an enormous furor, and they really didn't move ahead that year with the forward movement of that particular piece of the GMO agenda. It takes a tremendous amount of time and effort to go against the United States, Big Pharma, Big Chema, etc. But people have to understand that Big Pharma and Big Chema and Big Agribiz and Big Medica and Big Biotech are one entity. For instance, Monsanto makes the chemicals that toxify your food and that the genetically modified seed is designed to tolerate, makes the genetically modified seed, makes the drugs that you take